the freshest legs. But here we have her, the leader after the jumping, Katharina Gruber from Austria with bib number 1 and her red and white cross-country skiing suit. And in bib number 2 we have Karina Kozlova from the Ukraine, who will be starting 11 seconds behind the leader. And just behind her we see the Japanese athlete in bib number 3 in her black and red suit, Yuzuki Kanuma. And we know she can race, she likes cross-country skiing, she showed us 2 days ago, and in come the next athletes. Let's have a look at the start list. So 11 seconds lead, Katharina Gruber has got, followed by the Japanese athlete who's 16 seconds. Then we have a Slovenian batch of girls with Malova, Pavek and Likozar, who are all within 10 seconds of each other. Then Brantner Anna, who will be chasing down to get in the top 5 positioning. Romana Bod, who we know who can skate and can ski very, very well. So it is all in it. The top 8 athletes are within a minute of each other. Getting the poles ready and the final adjustments made on the glasses, and a wave from Katharina Gruber, the leader after the jumping. Fans making their way out onto the course. It's a great course for the spectators. Hello everybody, if you are just joining us, you are here in the nick of time, because we are seconds away of getting this Nordic Combined Junior World Championships individual Gundersen 5 kilometers for the women underway, with bib number 1 Katharina Gruber from Austria, followed 11 seconds behind her will be Karina Kozlova from the Ukraine, and only 16 seconds Yuzuki Kanuma from Japan. So all lies on this young lady here. She's very experienced, had her first World Cup podium in the mass start, so she likes Norway. She said she's feeling good, and it was a 4th place for Austria in the sprint on Wednesday. And Katharina Gruber is off. She is out of the starting gate. She will be looking now to really find her rhythm and stay ahead of the Ukrainian athlete. And the Ukrainian athlete Karina Koloza is off with 11 seconds behind Katharina Gruber, and off goes Yuzuki Kanuma from Japan. Closely behind her is, in the bib number 4, Tia Malova from Slovenia. The Slovenian athletes are in great shape. We all know that. They do have the junior world champion medal in the team sprint at home in their bedrooms. They've all found a nice place for it. And in bib number 6, here comes Likozar, 36 seconds behind the leader, and shortly behind her will be Anna Brantner from Austria, who will be chasing down those top 5 positionings. A youngster who knows what she is doing, also in the boarding school with Katharina Gruber. So these two will know how strong they really are. It's a 2.5 kilometer course, longer than at the team sprint, so they will have a lot of time. And in bib number 10, Gressler Ingrid from Norway, off she goes. Had a hard time in the team sprint, lost the medals, but she will be eager to get up at the front in today's race. All the other athletes wait patiently. Remember, we have only had 12 athletes at the moment, so that was the next one. Paris Anneli from 1 minute 35 behind. And here comes a special athlete from Singapore with the bib number 16, Core Caroline. And with 2 minutes 4 behind the leaders, she'll be looking to race ahead and to get in the top placing. Bib number 17, that is Eva Maria Holzer from Austria, and she'll be looking to get on the back of Core Caroline. Closely behind her will be Ludovica Del Bianco from Italy, 2 minutes 33, but full focus on the leading woman. That is Katarina Gruber with bib number 1 on, looking very strong. Going into the downhill section. Remember, it's a longer course today. It's a 2.5 kilometer course. So they have 2 laps. And just looking at the statistics of the course, we have a height difference of 34 meters. The maximum climb is going to be a 28 meter one. That's going to be a long drag up. And that's really where Katarina Gruber here in this case really needs to find her rhythm and work her way up the mountain. Her trainer Oliver Kren, who is here in Lillehammer, and also the other coaches, they would have been tactically not arguing, but they would have been discussing, okay, what is the game plan? How strong is Katarina Gruber? How well did she recover after the team sprint on Wednesday? And just in the far distance we can see the chasing athletes. I do believe that is the bunch of athletes now. That is Kozlova Karina, Kazumu Yuzaki, and Malova Tia from Slovenia. So we've got Ukraine, Japan and Slovenia chasing and hunting Katarina Gruber down here. And Katarina just needs to make sure she's always ahead of them, or she will say, okay, I'm feeling alright, I'll let the others come and then I will work my way. But there is the fan club of Katarina Gruber. The father, the mum and dad are here, family is here. And that's always nice to see and to have a bit of extra motivation. But Katarina Gruber looking very, very strong at the front, coming up to the first timing. So we will be able to see how far ahead she is. Remember, she started 11 seconds ahead, so it wasn't a lot, but we will be able to see now Katarina Gruber going through the first time marking of 4:24. Behind her, the Slovenian athlete with bib number 4, that is Teja Malova, who has the Junior World Team Sprint medal gold at home, so she knows what she can do and looking very strong. Katarina Gruber has been able to increase this gap behind, so 20 seconds already. And this is where Katarina Gruber just wants to keep working. She's got 28 seconds even on Pavek, the strong Slovenian who is coming up. And even 35 now on Lukazar from Slovenia. And they were only 25 seconds behind. So this is going to be very, very interesting. And this is the long uphill section I was mentioning and talking about, which will be different. And it will really show which of these athletes have got the freshest legs and who are feeling good today. Full eyes on the front, Katarina Gruber just getting information from the coach, and it's so important, especially when you are at the front of the race. You want to know how much of a gap there is to the people, to the athletes behind you, and if you're already on your limit and there's only 5 seconds, and that's when you want to take away the high pace you have and just relax and let them come. But Katarina is looking very strong, but so is the Japanese athlete, and so is Malova Tia from Slovenia. So if they catch Gruber will just have to start working with them. But this camera angle is, well, it's a bit of a false information. It looked like they were nearly on the back of her, but it is a steep uphill section. We have these little short climbs where the athletes really have to work over the top of them, because this is where they will tend to lose time. But Katarina is definitely still got her 20 seconds lead, and 2 Slovenian athletes now both starting to come. Number 5, that's Pavek Teja, who's also joining the party with Yuzuki from Japan and her teammates. Karina Kozlova from Ukraine just dropping back there in the blue and yellow suit, and with a high stride and high pace frequency behind her was Lukazar from Slovenia, so she'll be looking to get forward to the battle for 2nd and 3rd place. Now, here we come to the 2.5 kilometer markings, where we will be able to see how far ahead is Katarina Gruber from Austria. She's looking so strong, and this will give her a big motivation boost. She will be able to see how far ahead she is from the Japanese athlete, the 2 Slovenians now who will all be battling it out. Remember, both of these nations were on the podium at the team sprint on Wednesday, so anything can happen. And we are going to see a great last loop now. Remember, it's a 2.5 kilometer loop, so after they have done this loop, it will be into the finish for them. The gap to the front to Katarina Gruber has not changed. It's still 22 seconds. That's great to see. That's great for the young Austrian. She'll know, okay, if I can keep this tempo up, if I can keep the pace up, this is looking very, very good. And just coming through with bib number 6 was Lukazar from Slovenia, who we mentioned. I haven't seen Anna Brantner yet. Maybe we'll see her come through in a second, and she has literally just come through as we were talking in 9th place. Started in 7th, but she is in a group with Kirko Anna, who is just behind her. Number 8, that will be the French athlete, the very strong Romana Bord. Had her World Cup season this year already, has been so strong. Left out Lahti, where the women are currently in the World Cup, to come to the Junior Worlds, just trying to stick on the back of number 9, Maya Law, who's also been in the World Cup. So these two athletes know each other very well, and they're going to be battling it out now for this last lap. Remember, we are talking about places 7 and 8 here, so in front of them are only round about 40 seconds are 5th and 6th place, so anything can happen. They will be looking to really fight forwards in this last and final lap. But remember, this is a brutal course with long uphill sections, downhill sections, and sharp little uphill ones, which are really, really steep and tough. If you are just joining us, welcome. You have come at the right time. We are in the final loop of the Women's Junior World Championships, Gundersen 5 kilometers. On the last lap, currently in the lead, is the one and only Katarina Gruber from Austria. I think many of you know that name from her first World Cup victory this year in the mass start. She likes Norway. She really does. The friends and family are here. And she had a good lead with over 22 seconds to 2nd and 3rd place before the big group of the Japanese athlete and the 2 Slovenian athletes are hunting them down. So those 3 athletes are battling that podium out. The Austrians sadly missed out on the podium in the team sprint, came in 4th place, so just off the medals there. And this is the long uphill section Katarina Gruber is going into. She knows that her family are at the top of this climb, and she's going to show them why they are here, and to show them that she could well be the junior world champion of 2026. Just in the far distance, going around the bottom corner, are the 2 Slovenian athletes and the Japanese athletes, so they are still right behind. I reckon round about 25 seconds now, and this is where Katarina has to dig deep to get up and over this long uphill section. As I said, it's a long climb. We have a climb of 28 meters. Remember, 28 meters, it doesn't sound a lot, but it goes on and on and on, and it does not stop. And Katarina Gruber will be getting information from her coach, who is at the top of this hill, and in the far distance we can see the 2 Slovenian athletes just sitting comfortably behind the Japanese Kanuma Yuzuki. And remember, they are battling it out for 2nd and 3rd place. Family and friends at the top, the coach telling her how many seconds ahead she is. Katarina knows she has what it takes, but has she got the energy left? Remember, she had a race on Wednesday, but here we come up to the 3.9 kilometre marking of the 5k today, and this will tell us how far ahead she exactly is. The gap is looking good. Unless something spectacular happens, then she might well be in for a good result today, but don't underestimate those Slovenian athletes. They showed us what they can do, and together now in one group they will be able to push each other so far. And they got the gold medal in the team sprint, and Japan were also on the podium. 2nd place for the Japanese athletes. Remember, the Italians were on the third position. Italians, let me have a look where the best Italians are. Del Guan Giada is in 17th at the moment, 18th is Del Bianco, so they are running together, racing together. And now let's have a look, 22 seconds, so the gap has not changed. Katarina Gruber is running consistently, and the ones behind her, well, they're skating consistently as well into the technical downhill section. And at this time of the race, your body's aching, your legs are burning. You have to stay concentrated, you're tired. And this is where anything can happen, up to a crash. We know things can happen in the downhill sections, and this is where you have to stay so focused, especially when you are in a group like the two Slovenian athletes in their blue suits, just ahead of the Japanese. One Slovenian going very wide there, losing a bit of time. This And here we have the move from the Slovenians at the back. Japanese coach screaming at his athlete, but Katarina Gruber is going over this big uphill section, and she'll be able to go into the downhill knowing she has a medal in her belt. And now this is the battle for second and third place. Here we have bib number 5 at the front of it, Pavek Teja, who already has a gold medal. Can she get silver today? Behind her in bib number 3, the Japanese athlete Kanuma, and in bib number 4, just dropping off the back and can't stay on, is Malva Tia, who will be able to get it. Now this is the battle for silver and bronze, but here is the junior world champion of 2026, Katarina Gruber, gold in the individual Gundersen. No medal in the team sprint, but she is junior world champion of 2026. What a race from Katarina Gruber. But let's just look behind. Who is going to take silver? It looks like that Kanuma Yuzuki from Japan has found an extra gear and will get second, and she will get silver. And all the way to the line in bib number 5, it will be Teja Pavek who got bronze, and the chocolate medal, I should say, goes to Tia Molva. What a race from these women. Came down to 10 seconds at that very end. It was 22 seconds throughout the whole race, but she is your junior world champion of 2026 in the Nordic Combined. What a race that was, my word. And in comes bib number 6, Likuza from Slovenia. Couldn't quite keep with that high pace of those women athletes at the front. This just shows how strong they really all are. So 5th for her, but look at that, Slovenia 3rd, 4th and 5th. And there are 32 athletes on the start today, and we are having a sprint finish. And look at this, bib number 15, have to scroll up a bit, Kirko Anna having the best race probably of her life, from 15th to 6th, and so she should be, screaming like that and cheering. And Maya Law coming in, and Romana Bod in 8th, and the Ukraine athlete Kozlova in 9th. With bib number 11 is Sofia Egensberger. But what about that from Kirko Anna, starting way down in 15th with a minute 52 behind the leaders, racing up to get a top 6th place in the Junior Worlds. The battling doesn't stop though. Here we have a Swiss athlete and an Italian athlete sprinting it out to the very end, and this is what we love to see, battling for 11th and 12th place. Who will get it in bib number 22, who has had a race of her lifetime, Bells Julia, who started 3 minutes and 1 second behind, and what a race for her, just out of the top 10, but started in 22nd and got 11th place. Great to see the young Swiss athletes here. In 12th and 13th place, Del Bianco and Del Guangiada, who both already have a medal at home from the team sprint. Eichel Finja in 14th. The athletes gave it their all today. They really did. What about that? And Anna Brantner coming in 22nd there. And she will be a bit disappointed with that. Started in 7th and ended in 22nd. So it wasn't her day today on the thin skis. And giving it their all at the very end with bib number 23. Comes in evens, Nora Helena. And the two, actually something interesting, the Swiss athlete there, Julia, who came in, is also a training buddy from Katharina Gruber, also is in the boarding school in Stamm, so her coach is also Oliver Kren from Austria, so that's great to see the two teammates. And here we have the Americans fighting their way in bib number 31. I do believe that is Brabeck Haley, older sister, doing very well in Lahti at the World Cup, but Brabeck Haley having a great race here today, really showing us she will be able to get place 26th, I do believe. Shouldn't be anyone in front of her, but she is having a very, very strong race. Remember, very young athlete. Turning 18, and here she comes with bib number 31, Brabeck Haley, and just behind her will be her teammate. I do believe that is Sadie McCrane, and behind them is Clara Mentil from Austria and bib number 27. So had a hard day out there on the tracks today. Bit disappointing and a mispolling from the young American. McCrank couldn't quite get the sprint finish, but hats off to these athletes. Great to see them out here, and it's just the beginning of their career. It really is, fighting it all the way to the end. And over comes the line from Carnavala from Finland, and the Americans did start in a wave, so their time will be added on afterwards. And everyone hugging each other. It's great. It's a family. They all know each other. They compete against each other on the ski jumping hill and on the cross-country tracks, but they are all very, very close friends when it comes to friendship and afterwards. And in bib 26, oh, stay on your skis. Bib 26 is Brobeck Hannah Christina, yes, from Norway. Another young athlete, 15, turning 16 this year. And I see a bit of blood on her nose. Hopefully she did not crash. Of course, we wait for every single athlete to come through the finish. It is the Junior Worlds. And we have seen some great racing throughout the whole race. And waiting for the final athletes to come in. 32 athletes started. And this is the final athlete. The crowd are getting loud again for the Norwegian. Battling it all out. That is a bit of blood I do see, so hopefully she hasn't hurt herself. And don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because in round about 20 minutes we will be having the men's individual Gundersen race, and all the athletes waiting for the Norwegian here. This is great to see. Her teammates waiting for her in the finish, and this is what it's all about. All the athletes waiting for her, cheering her on, and this is what we like to see. They've all had their race, but now they're waiting and cheering her on. Lovely to see, great to see the youngsters cheering each other on. They train together, they live together, and the athlete from Singapore also trains, and of course the Americans train with the Norwegians. And it's the starting of a very long and intense career for these youngsters. And Austrian fans, of course, delighted with the new junior world champion, Katharina Gruber from Austria. They came out here to see something, and Austria have delivered for friends and family. Competing with the Norwegians, how loud they can get. Let's hear what the new junior world champion has to say.
Katharina, congratulations, Junior World Champion. How was it on the course?
It was really hard, but I felt so strong, and I'm happy to bring it in the finish line. I'm super happy, and yes, it was a really great race.
What were your expectations for the Junior Worlds?
I mean, I had a really good season so far, so my expectations were quite high. I mean, podium. I thought a podium would be really great. Now I'm on the top, and it means so much to me.
Congratulations! Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there you have the junior world champion of 2026 in the Nordic Combined, Katarina Gruber. She has had an amazing season. Let's have a look what second place has to say.
Yuzuki, congratulations! Second today. How do you feel?
Thank you. I thought gold medal, but today is also silver medal. I'm happy, but sad, little sad. たくさんの応援ありがとうございました。女子スプリントに続き銀メダルだったのが少し悔しいです。しかし最後の最後スプリントで勝ってメダルを獲得できたので今後もメダル取れるように頑張ります。応援またよろしくお願いします。Thank you very much.
Happy but a little sad. That's the way to put her double silver medalist in the team sprint and in the individual there, and the Japanese athlete. And let's see what bronze has to say.
Congratulations! Third today. What was the plan for the race?
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy about today's race, and everything I want is a medal, and I push for full time, and now I'm third.
Very good. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
She pushed all the way. She definitely did, indeed. Gold and a bronze for Tia Mavila from Slovenia there. Parvek Teja from Slovenia there, sorry. And what about that? Katarina Gruber wins in front of Yuzuki Kanuma, and bronze goes to Teja Parvek. Shortly behind was Tia Malova. Didn't have enough to stay with them. And Julia Bells from Switzerland from 26th up to 11th. A great race from her as well. And great to see the Caroline Cole from Singapore in 21st place. She'll be very happy with that here at the Junior World Championships. And rounding the group up in 32nd is the American McCrank Sadie. And what a race we just had from these young, talented women athletes. Now, it's not over yet. Remember, we have tomorrow the team event from the men and from the women. But don't go anywhere. Go and get yourself a cuppa or a coffee and then come back and sit down comfortably, because the men are coming up shortly for their 10-kilometre Gundersen.
Nächste Woche 300 Kilometer langlaufen. Vielleicht zum Bier hier.
Ja, det var